Good morning, children. This class will continue with the topic that is minerals and energy resources. Do you remember, children? Previous class we had discussed about the minerals and energy resources. We had discussed about the introduction, importance of minerals, and classification of minerals, and the mode of occurrence of minerals. Clear? So minerals are homogeneous natural occurring substances having different internal structure can be called as minerals. These minerals based on the various factors, that is color, structure, hardness, physical and chemical composition. Based on various factors, these minerals can be classified in the following ways. Here, classification of minerals. And one is metallic minerals, non-metallic minerals, and third one is energy minerals. Non-metallic minerals, energy minerals. Right? Now, mode of minerals also we discussed. Now we will continue with this mode of occurrence of minerals. In this class, we will discuss about where these minerals can be formed and some of the ferrous minerals we will discuss. So number one, we take the minerals. Maximum these minerals occurring in the earth crust. Even you take most of the minerals, we can identify in the areas of around the peninsula of India, around the peninsular rock. Even if you see the western part of the India, around Rajasthan and Gujarat, known for sedimentary rocks, and the northeast region is Assam, having plenty of oil deposits, especially Digboy. Digboy is the oldest oil refinery in the country. Digboy is the oldest oil refinery in the country. And if you take the northern plains, the vast plain land is also economically important. So all these minerals, India is fortunate to have a vast mineral resources, but it is unequally distributed in different parts of the country. Right? So normally here the minerals can be identified in the igneous and metamorphic rocks, and these igneous and metamorphic rocks will be formed due to the volcanic activities. When the activity takes place, we can find there are little cracks in the rocks. There is a smaller or some areas bigger in size, we can find cracks. Right? Those smaller cracks, we call it as a vents. V-I-N-S, vents. The smaller cracks, we call it as a vents. And wherever you find larger cracks or bigger cracks, we call it as a lodes. L-O-D-E-S, lodes. Vents and lodes. Because these rocks are formed due to activities, volcanic activities. Therefore, we find various cracks, smaller or bigger. So, smaller cracks we call it as vents, and the bigger cracks we call it as a lodes. There also you can, in the cracks you can find certain minerals. And second one is these minerals even can be identified in the beds of the horizontal state of sedimentary rocks. Horizontal state of sedimentary rocks. On third place, the minerals can be identified even alluvial plains, alluvial deposits of the hilly areas. Alluvial plains of hills. Those alluvial deposits we call it as a placer deposits. The alluvial deposits we call it as a placer deposits. And there are some minerals can be identified in the oceanic belt, like salt, one of the finest example. Salt, manganese, bromine, magnesium. These are the common minerals can be identified in the beds of the oceanic belt. Manganese, magnesium, salt and bromine. These can be identified in the oceanic belt. So minerals can be formed in the various ways. Now coming to the, we discuss among all these minerals as we discussed, classified into metallic, non-metallic. So since metallic minerals are substances which consist of iron, we'll take certain important minerals, some major minerals we'll discuss. That is, we'll take first one is ferrous metals. What are ferrous minerals? The minerals which contain, the minerals which possess iron, content of iron. Such minerals we call it as ferrous minerals. The best examples of ferrous minerals are, number one is iron, ore, and second one is manganese. The best example for ferrous minerals, number one is iron ore and manganese. Now we will discuss about iron ore. There are two important minerals, examples of ferrous metals. Okay. First we will discuss about iron ore. Iron ore is the most important raw material for the development of industries. It is the backbone of the industrial development. Iron ore is the backbone of the industrial development. If we take in India, as you know, the maximum production of iron which produces the following states. Number one is Karnataka. Karnataka, Orissa. Okay, Karnataka, Orissa, Chhattisgarh, Goa and Jharkhand. These are the leading producers of iron. Karnataka produces almost 26% of iron. Orissa produces even 25%. Chhattisgarh 19%. Goa 17%. And Jharkhand 12%. Whereas the other states together produce only 1%. The production of iron ore in the country, these are the following states. One is Karnataka, Orissa, Chhattisgarh, Goa, Jharkhand. These are the leading producers of iron ore in the country. Children, if you take the major iron ore belts in the country, if you take India, yes. If you take India, which are the major iron ore belts in the country? There are 4 major iron ore belts in the country. How many? 4. Four major iron ore belts in the country are: number one is Orissa Jharkhand belt. Number one is Orissa and Jharkhand belt. And this Orissa Jharkhand belt is known for hematite ore. Here children, one more thing we want to discuss here. I forgot to say, here iron ore, here there are two types. One is magnetite and hematite. Types of iron. Name two types of iron ore. Name two types of iron. Number one is magnetite and second one is hematite. Magnetite. Magnetite and hematite. Magnetite and hematite are the two types of iron. Magnetite is the high percentage of iron ore, up to almost all 70%. 70% of iron. Whereas hematite, it consists of iron 50 to 60%. 50 to 60%. Of course, it is little bit lower than the magnetite. Magnetite is the best quality, the high grade quality. First of iron up to almost 70%. So here hematite is a little lower grade type of iron, possesses 50 to 60% of iron. So children, so here types of iron, two types, magnetite and hematite. So here Orissa Jharkhand belt, this is known for hematite. Hematite, iron ore, 50 to 60%. It is used for industries, maximum metallurgical manufacturing of industries. Metallurgical industries they will use. In Orissa where? In Orissa state where you can find Mayurbhanj and Kedunjhar. Mayurbhanj and Kedunjhar, district of Orissa. And in the Jharkhand, Singhbhum district of Jharkhand. The Singhbhum is a district in Jharkhand. So that area is known for iron. This hematite iron. That is one important belt. So one is Orissa and Jharkhand. These are two places known for hematite iron ore. The major iron ore belts in the country are: number one is Orissa and Jharkhand belt one. The second one is Durgabas and Chandrapur belt of Maharashtra. Durgabas and Chandrapur belt of Maharashtra. Durgabas is a district which is located in Chhattisgarh. Durgabas is a district which lies in the Chhattisgarh, and Durgabas district is situated by the range of Bastar district of Chhattisgarh. There is a Bailidala range, is known for hematite iron. Bailidala range, hills of Chhattisgarh. And Chandrapur belt of Maharashtra. Both the places known for this hematite iron. Hematite iron is the second place. One is Durgabas and Chandrapur belt. And third major iron ore belt in the country is Ballari, Chitradurga, Chikmagalur and Tumkuru district of Karnataka. Third important major iron ore belt is Ballari, Chitradurga, Chikmagalur and Tumkur of Karnataka. It is also well known for iron ore. The finest quality of iron which can be identified in the western Ghats of Karnataka. The best quality of iron ore which comes from Kudramukh. Even this iron ore, they have been transforming through slurry, through pipelines, through Mormugao port. And fourth important major iron ore belt is Maharashtra and Goa belt. In Maharashtra, there is a place called Ratnagiri. Ratnagiri is the most important place. Here also, slight lower type, that is hematite iron ore which is available in the Ratnagiri district of Maharashtra. So these are the four major areas, four major iron ore belts in the country. Children, all this you have to identify in the map. Where all these places are located. Mayurbhanj, Kedunjihar, Singham district, Ratnagiri, Ballari, Tumkur, Chikmagalur. So it will be useful for your map point. So the major iron ore belt in the country are, number one is Orissa and Jharkhand belt, number one. Number two is Durgabast and Chandrapur belt of Maharashtra. Third one is Ballari, Chitradurga, Chikmagalur and Tumkur of Karnataka. And fourth one is Maharashtra and Goa belt. Maharashtra and Goa belt. These are the four major iron ore belts in the country. So here iron ore is one of the finest examples for ferrous mineral. Iron ore is one of the finest example for ferrous. Clear? Children? So how many types of iron? I have two types. Number one is magnetite, which possesses how much percentage? 70%. Whereas hematite possesses up to 50 to 60%. Of course, it is slightly lower grade type of iron ore than compared to magnetite. Clear? So iron ore is one of the finest examples for ferrous mineral. And coming to the second one is manganese. Second one is manganese. Manganese is another example for ferrous mineral. Here, manganese, Orissa is the leading producer of manganese. It is extracted steel alloy. 10 kg of steel is required to prepare 1 ton of steel. Okay, manganese. Mainly, the manganese is used for insecticides, paints, and to prepare even bleaching powder. There are three main uses of manganese, children. Write down uses of manganese. Manganese can be used for preparation of number one, bleaching powder. Number two, insecticides. And third one is, it is also used for preparing paints. It's also used for preparation of paints. So three main uses of manganese. So here the Orissa is the leading producer of manganese in the country. So manganese is one of the finest example for this is ferrous metal. So ferrous metals, number one is iron ore and manganese are the best example for ferrous metals. Clear? How much? Time. 10 now.